now that we know about perpendicular lines, we can go and try to find this missing point and try to create a line segment that we know would be perpendicular to something that's already given to us. So here, there's some things that are already given. Now, excuse me, I scribbled this out, but I think this should work. That we have these 2 points, A and B, and we can make a line. So before I get anywhere, I'm just going to make this line A and B. Now, A is -1, 2, so over to the left 1 and up 2. And I'll call that A. And B is over 1 and down 2. So 1 to the right and down 2. So I've created this, and it says here at the end, line segment AB. So I'm going to create this line AB. Now, it wants us to determine the coordinates of C. So a new point C, and it's on the x-axis. So C can be somewhere on this x-axis here. It's going to be some point, and that point, if we connect it to A, so say this was C right here, if we connected it to A, that line would be perpendicular to AB. So clearly it doesn't look like it, but I don't know, somewhere over here, now it looks like it's kind of got that 90 degree, so maybe somewhere over here. So we need to find C and create something that we know is perpendicular to A and B. So let's find out what the slope is of A and B. So start at the left and go 1, 2, 3, 4 down, and 2 to the right, so +2. Well, that equals -2 over 1. So I know that I'm going to have a new slope between the points A and somewhere C. And I know that slope is going to be 1 over 2 and a +1 over 2. How do I know that? Well, it tells me that the line AC will be perpendicular. And the way to make things perpendicular is to flip the fraction and change it to a positive. Or just flip the signs. So this is negative, we're going to flip it to a positive. So I've created this. I know that my slope has to be, looks like a +1 and a +2. So I'm going to go from A, up 1, 2 to the right. Now, there we have it. That looks indeed perpendicular. The problem is that it says that it needs C, because this would be our C. We need our C to be somewhere on this line. So you can keep going. Up 1, 2 to the right. Up 1, 2 to the right. Up 1, 2 to the right. And that's kind of how we do these things. Up 1, 2 to the right. Up 1, 2 to the right. Up 1, 2 to the right. But we need to go in the other direction. So I'm going to keep with the pattern. I'm going to go down 1, 2 to the left. Down 1, 2 to the left. Now going down 1 and going left by 2 is a -2. So down is negative and left is negative. And those negatives would end up canceling out and getting a +1/2, which is why it would still match up. So it looks to me like this point right here would work. In fact, see the slope here is down 4, 2 to the down by 4 and then 2. Sure enough, I'll go across 4 and down 2. So the perfect opposite. My rise is 2, my run is 4. So it would be perfectly flipped. So this is my C value. So I just used my slope from A, went up 1, 2 to the right, realized I was going in the wrong direction. So I went down 1, 2 to the left. Still wasn't on it. So I went down 1, 2 to the left again. And that is my C. So my C is, that point is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 left and up nothing. Okay, so we're going to try one more here. So example 2 here, a line segment has 2 points, A and B. Notice I did change B here. Yours should be fine. Determine the coordinate of C, exactly the same as the previous question, but this time it's on the y-axis. So this is the y-axis here. So our C is going to be somewhere on this y-axis. And it does tell us here that, hey, the line between the A and the C that we just make up would be perpendicular to the lines A and B. So the point AB, the line that goes between A and B. So let's first figure out where AB is and figure out what our slope is for A and B. So A here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2. So there's A, 6 to the right, and then up by 2. and our B is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is our B. So this is our line AB. So what's my slope for AB? And then I can flip it for my slope for CD. So my slope for AB would be start at the left here and go, I'm going to go down 1, 2, 3, so minus 3, and then over 1, 2. So my slope is negative 3 over 2. So for my other one, I'll flip the fraction and make sure it's a positive, which it is. So I know my slope needs to be between A and wherever this point is. Maybe my point, I mean, if you look at it here, so maybe my point is somewhere right there. Whatever that is, whatever, maybe this is C, whatever this is, it needs to have a slope of 2/3. So I'm going to just work backwards here. I'll see my rise is 2, so I'll go up 2, and then 3 to the right. 1, 2, 3. So it's over here. So I'm going in the wrong direction, going up 2 and over 3. So instead I'm going to work backwards. I'm going to go down 2 and 3 to the left. Right? Because going down 2 and left is negative, and left 3, negative 2 and negative 3, the negatives would cancel out, and you would still get positive 2 over 3. So you're allowed to do that. So instead of going up 2 and 3 to the right, I went down 2 and 3 to the left. Can't put the pattern though. And then down 2 again, and 3 to the left. And there you have it. That's exactly, I need to be on the y-axis, which I am. So there's my C, and my slope between them. You can double check, but that slope should be exactly what I needed. So I'll start here with C. I'll start here with C and see what is my slope. 1, 2, 3, 4. So my slope is going to be positive 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 to the right. 4 over 6 reduces to 2/3. Sure enough, that's what I needed. It's the opposite of the other one, which is 3 over 2 and negative. So that's how you do it. You find out what slope you need. And in this case, I needed it to be 2/3. So you started from A and you just did 2/3, up 2, 3 to the right. Unfortunately, that was going the wrong way, so I went down 2, 3 to the left, down 2, 3 to the left. But I eventually found the spot where I hit on the y-axis. So those two questions I realize are a little bit more odd, more difficult, in that they're a little bit more, it's not more creative, but there is an element of, I guess, this unknown. You don't really know what's going on. You don't know where this point is, and you're going to try to find it, and there's some constraints, like, oh, y-axis, x-axis. But there is some practice ones in the worksheets for you to try to get a little bit better at this.